6 a.m. coffee chats with me. What I would do to lose 10 pounds by summer, not ways that you would really think about. Stay tuned, I'm gonna go over it. This is tried and true ways that work without sacrificing the things you love, without overcomplicating it, without depleting yourself, without wrecking your hormones or slowing down your metabolism. Let's go. First tip is don't overdo it. And that might sound counterintuitive because I want you to get your 3 weight trainings every week. But during the weight training, I want you to stop before you're feeling super depleted, saving a little bit in the tank. I still want you to push hard. I want your form to be perfect. I want you to show up to every weight training session with like intention of having perfect form, feeling in the right muscles, progressively overloading. So trying heavier weights, slowing it down, less reps. But I want you to stop the workout before you feel like, whew, really, really depleted. The reason why I want you to do this is because I want you to leave a little bit left in the tank. I don't want you to go home feeling really depleted, really beaten up, because then you can't trick your body into losing weight. So our bodies are really, really, really smart. If we undereat and overtrain, they know what we're trying to do, and it's not gonna work. So you have to eat enough and train in the right amount of intensity to make sure that you trick your body into getting the results you want. So you know when you're feeling like super depleted and you've pushed yourself, that's your body being under stress. You can kind of feel that depletion, that cortisol is too high. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen by stopping the workout before we overdo it. So for me, sometimes that means skipping the final set, skipping the final move, going down in weight, making sure my workouts don't last too long, because I'd rather come in and do a good job on less exercises than power through and be sluggish and burn myself out to get in more volume. More isn't better when you're trying to lose weight. You need to be efficient. Second point is don't focus on isolation moves. You go into the gym and you're focusing on one area, okay? So you're like, oh, my triceps, that's often a spot that women don't like. I'm gonna do a lot of tricep exercises, or maybe guys, they want bigger arms, they're doing biceps. So you're doing this small exercise, focusing on this one small body part. That's not gonna have the full body burning effect of bigger compound moves like a chest press. Chest press hits your tricep. Shoulder press hits your tricep. Dips hit your tricep and your chest. Hitting more compound moves that hit more than just one muscle group is how you're gonna get to your goals faster. So efficient workouts. Make sure you're planning proper full body workouts. I'd at least suggest following a proper plan, because if you're just going in there and winging it, you're just never gonna see the right results unless you're a personal trainer and you're very educated and you know how to plan a proper workout on the spot. So otherwise, get a plan from someone you trust that you know will get results. You could try my workouts, 3 full body workouts that you get to do at home or at the gym every single week, with a bigger emphasis on the lower body, because our lower body is the biggest muscle group. We have the most muscle in our legs, and when we train our legs, it actually helps produce more fat burning hormones like testosterone, so that we'll get more lean muscle, and more lean muscle will boost our metabolism and we will become fat burning machines. Number 3, you want to move more. Obviously, you're going to move more, but be very careful with doing cardio. If you are going to do cardio, I'd suggest you doing it at the end of the week. So getting your 3 weight trainings in first, and maybe doing 1 cardio session on the weekend if you have that energy. Otherwise, because remember how I mentioned, you need to trick your body into not knowing you're trying to lose weight. So that's why I love walking. That's what I would do. I would increase my step goal to about 10,000 steps every single day. That's what works for me. Maybe you can see results in 7,500 steps. But when I'm trying to level up, I'll try to get about 10,000 steps every single day. If you work at a desk, like, be smart here. Get a walking pad. Find a way to move more. Maybe that looks different for you. Maybe you hate walking, so maybe that's gonna look slightly different for you, but you need to move your body in ways where you don't feel depleted. Remember that stress response? We don't want that to happen. So oftentimes after people do cardio, they move less throughout the day because they're depleted. So we want to keep moving as much as we would normally and find a different way to move our body. That's why I love walking, because it's not depleting and it actually helps with recovery. So get your steps in, get your movement in, and be careful with cardio. Be careful with cardio. So that goes into my next point, is do full body workouts every single time you go to the gym, making sure you're hitting legs. This is for men and women. Legs are the best way to see more results, is hitting those stents. They're big muscle groups, they can handle more volume, that's our foundation, so hit those legs. The other point is, don't forget to warm up and stretch, because you're never gonna maintain this. It's not just injury prevention. The people who warm up, you are actually preparing the muscle, getting more oxygen into the muscle. It's not just about warming up, it's about preparing and doing a better job during your workout. The people who warm up versus don't warm up, you're gonna be able to engage the right muscle groups better, get more out of the exercises you're doing, versus people who don't warm up. And then the cool down stretching, you wanna make sure that you stretch out those muscles so they stay long and you don't get injured, they don't tighten over time. And if you had, any bad form, it happens. Nobody's form is 100%. You wanna make sure you loosen up those muscles, so if anything kind of got tweaked, it doesn't stay, right? Because injuries can happen, especially if you're skipping your warm up and cool down. Next point comes to nutrition. So I'm not gonna tell you to give up sugar, give up your favorite stuff, because we are trying to make this work for you. So everybody is slightly different. Everybody is slightly different. The problem is people get on top of their workouts and then cut their calories. They do it at the same time and it's like super depleting. That's like when you're stepping up your workouts, that's when you need to fuel yourself the most. How I kind of change my mindset around this is I tell myself, even if I'm trying to get leaner, you need to fuel your workouts. You need to fuel your body, because a fueled body will increase its metabolism and a restricted body will lower its metabolism. And if you want long-term weight loss, not just within a couple weeks, like actually see progression and not get depleted, not be exhausted, you need to eat enough. So when I'm actually trying to get a bit leaner, sometimes it'll feel like I'm eating more because I'm on top of it. I don't allow myself to skip meals. I don't allow myself to not eat, because if I go too long without eating, my body's gonna be stressed out, I'm not gonna have the right full cues, and I'm gonna maybe overdo it on the next meal, and I make sure I'm more prepared. And you don't need to track your calories, you don't need to track everything. But I can tell you, most people don't eat enough protein. So just focus on getting, at least 30 grams of protein in your breakfast. At least 30 grams of protein in your breakfast. That'll increase your daily intake by a lot, The other thing I would do is make sure you're having your carbs around your workout. Carbs are not your enemy. Carbs turn into sugars in your body. Sugar is not your enemy. Our easiest way to burn fuel is through carbs and sugar. So if you want energy, the fastest way is through carbs and sugar. So yes, I'll still have some sugar. It's often like maple syrup or honey. You don't need to be perfect to lose weight. Just time it a little bit better. You want that cookie? Maybe have it before your workout or after your workout, like depending on what time you work out. Like I'm right now in the gym at 6 a.m. And if you work out fasted, that's fine. You don't need to, but listen to your body. What feels better for you? If you go to the gym and you don't eat and you feel depleted, you should eat. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You have to tune in to be like, oh, that's creating a stress response. Oh, that's making me feel depleted. If you're powering through, you're not gonna get results. So increase your protein. Make sure you have your carbs around your workout, and not around your workouts, focus on having enough fiber. So that's your vegetables, your fruit. It's as easy as that. So look at your plate. Where's the fiber? Where's the protein? And make sure you have your carbs around your workout. A lot of people undereat around their workouts because it's like daytime or morning, and then overeat before bed. This is the worst combination. You want to, if you're trying to lose weight, fuel all day and not eat before bed. You want to let your body rest and digest. So 3 hours before bed, do not eat. If you're like me, or try not to eat, I should say. If you're like me though, I'm a bedtime snack girly. I often need something to go to bed or I can't like fall asleep. So I'll make a protein shake. I'll have Greek yogurt, maybe add some protein in there. I only allow myself to have high protein snacks before bed. Because if I'm not really hungry, then I won't want it, right? If I'm munching for chips, no, you don't need chips before bed or crackers or whatever. Have a protein shake, have Greek yogurt with protein, like just have protein. Maybe a couple eggs if you haven't had eggs that day, but only protein, only protein. Next point is you need to slow down before you eat. Before you eat, you need to like get out of that stressful environment. So oftentimes, you know, people are like have a really stressful life and they're rushing to work or, you know, rushing to eat lunch at work or rushing to get home and eat. You need to try to chill. You need to try to take a deep breath, get your cortisol down before you eat. That'll help your digestion big time. So what I'll do is maybe take a few breaths before you eat, deep breaths, slow down, take a second, try not to eat too fast, and definitely don't eat distracted. Don't eat while you're driving, don't eat while you're talking on the phone, try not to eat while you're doing computer work. Like sit, focus on your food, chill, take a second, lots of chews, pay attention to your food. This will make you feel more satiated, enjoy your food more, slow down. Most people who are at their goals, like they're not just shoveling food down. If it happens once in a while, you don't need to be perfect to lose weight. You just need to start paying attention to the patterns that raise your cortisol, make you feel depleted, and avoid them. But still sticking to your workouts and eating clean enough for you. So what can you clean up, you know? On that other point, you need to make sure your gut and hormones are good. So are you eating prebiotic and probiotic food? My favorites are like fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles made in salt water, kombucha. Have a little bit of that every single day to make sure your gut stays happy. Onions, garlic, bananas, prebiotics to make sure you're producing all the right gut microbiome. If your gut's not happy, you're not gonna get the results you want. So if you feel like you're bloated, it could be stress. It's all related to your life, work environment. So you need to slow down, eat slower, and get those prebiotics and probiotics in. If you have really bad periods, your hormones could be slightly off. You could be going into perimenopause, so you need to pay attention to your hormones. I would suggest getting your hormones checked by a naturopathic doctor and trying natural supplements that they suggest to make sure everything's balanced. I made a few changes this year and I feel so much better. I can actually work out on my periods, which before I couldn't. So the better you can get your hormones, the better you can get your gut, the lower you can get your stress, the better you can get your recovery, the better results you're gonna get. And you can lose weight by summer if you start doing these things now. Final point, recovery. It's like a trick in your body. You can't starve yourself, you can't overdo it, or you're not gonna get the results you want. It's the truth, guys. Stress, how do we lower stress? Are you sleeping enough? Oftentimes, the answer is no. Can you have a more strict bedtime? Is your job very stressful? Sometimes that can be out of our control, but what can you do throughout the day to reduce your stress? Because if you're just stress, go, never stopping, not sleeping, drinking too much coffee, having too many stimulants, you're gonna make it tough for yourself to lose weight. So you need to find a way to lower the stimulants and up your recovery. So what I would do, for example, there's other techniques obviously, is can you take, you know, a moment throughout the day to try to maybe meditate, maybe even it's 1 minute of just closing your eyes, deep breathing. Amazing. If you can't do that, can you go for a 5-10 minute walk outside throughout the day? Can you read? That's a great way to lower our stress at the end of the day, like fiction or something. Can you take an Epsom salt bath just to relax? Can you slow down but without devices, slow down without distractions? Be intentional with trying to lower that heart rate, lower your cortisol response, lower your stress, lower that go. If you're always in that go mindset, you're not gonna be able to lose weight because your body thinks it's fight or flight and it's fighting to keep all the fat on, just being honest. And if you have a stressful job and you can't get away from it, you can change your mindset. Instead of being like, oh, this is stressing me out, be like, I am so lucky to have a job. I'm so lucky to have this opportunity. I'm so lucky to be needed this much. Change your mindset, but we need to lower your stress. And people don't realize how important this is. If you're really, really stressed out, Can you delegate? Can you cut down your shift somehow? Oftentimes it's stuff we put on ourselves. You just need to start having boundaries with your own work. You need to have boundaries with yourself, because pushing yourself and not making yourself a priority, you're never gonna get to your goals. It's the truth. At the end of the day, how can you unwind positively? Like if you're that type of person that hates yoga and hates meditation, I used to be her. You need to work on slowing down. You need to work on slowing down. Be able to turn off, lower your stress. I promise you, you're gonna get better results in the gym. I know these aren't your typical tips that people give you, but this is real life, guys. Sure, I can tell you to cut calories, work out more, but that is not actually the recipe that most people need. Yes, of course, you need to get consistent with your lifts and you need to eat healthy overall. But if you're not focusing on your stress, if you're not focusing on your recovery, stretching, slowing down, mobility. For example, if I wake up and I'm feeling really, really depleted, I will take a bath instead of a workout. I will go for a longer walk instead of a workout and add a stretch. I won't have as much caffeine that day because I know my body needs to recover and I don't wanna just keep adding that stress response, adding more cortisol into my body when I'm trying to get the results I want. You need to recover. So be careful with stimulants, overtraining, and under-recovering. All right, guys, I hope those tips help. Honestly, they will make such a big difference if you implement these tips right now. By summer, I promise you, you're gonna see amazing results. I don't like to get on the scale. I don't like to put my focus on what the number on the scale is saying, because building muscle, the scale doesn't show me how much muscle I build. The scale isn't showing me how much my range of motion is increased. And if you focus on movement, feeling better, getting stronger, moving better, other results will come. Weight loss will come if you are patient enough. But if you are focusing on the workouts and you're not focusing on the recovery part, you're making it way harder for yourself. So move more, get your steps in, but make sure you keep that stress level down. And where there's a will, there's a way. So stop making those excuses. Do you need to get a walking pad because you're just working too much? Do you need to wake up earlier to make sure you get your walks in, your movements in, your weight training in? Do you need to recover more at night? Are you watching like high stress shows? It's all related. If you're stressed all day, working out, stressing yourself out with shows, maybe it's time to meditate, read, stretch. If you want to see results, you have to listen to your body and get to know yourself, get in tune with yourself, and start listening to what your body needs if you want your body to listen to what you want. All right, guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it taught you something. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'm happy to answer any questions down below. Let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 2025 is the year where I'm posting weekly videos to make sure you get in the best shape of your life. I'm going over all the tips, unconventional tips that you're not gonna see anywhere else, the real deal. So share it with a friend that needs to hear this, that's been struggling. You can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. The mind is part of being healthy. You wanna be healthy on the outside, you gotta get healthy on the inside too. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye.